I already had one over there. I just pressed the button to go live.
Okay.
So, the headphones on if you want headphones on.
My wife's coming to make this a real show.
All right.
But you're going to have to stop smoking.
That's fine. Your microphone, you talk to the top, so you point it directly at you. And your guys' microphones, you talking to the red light.
Talking to the red light.
There you go. Just like that.
The red light.
And you can put your head, use this part.
Roxanne!
Use this part right here.
You don't have to turn on the red light.
I got it.
We tried to get Chris back in here.
Yeah, we tried.
So here's the deal. I mean,
Just hoping he
there's
doesn't drive anywhere.
not really many people watching yet, but so I took the day off. I was here in the morning, right? I was here in the morning, and I've got.
Must be nice.
Yeah, I know.
Just take off half the day. Must be nice.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I've been moving. You know, Crystal and I moved into a bigger place, and we just
You did?
Congratulations.
yeah,
Where at?
just same area, just a bigger place.
Nice.
Anyway, I had the Spectrum guy coming out today.
How much bigger?
It's extra bedroom.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's another bedroom for activities.
it's a whole bedroom for activities. Let me
can have
tell
like
you.
a dungeon or whatever
Yeah.
you're into.
Swing. We got the whole swing set and everything.
Everything good to
My
go.
Little Ponies. I don't know.
So anyway, I had all that. I had the furniture people bringing shit today. So I took most of the day off. So it's the end of the day, and then Tony calls me. And he's like, "Brian, where you at?"
That wasn't Tony.
Yeah.
Right. Not Tony called me.
Not Tony.
He's like, "Brian, where's you at? Let's get this thing rolling." So here we are. It's been over a month. Haven't done a show. We've been busy as shit.
Bro,
Jake's
been over
not
a
even
month
here.
since you've done a show.
It's been over a month since I've done a show.
You missed some, like, prime beef Jake, too.
Yeah, well,
Bro.
you know.
Jake was...
I should have called you.
He was lit.
I didn't think of it.
He was feeling
I was grilling up earlier. I was grilling. I was like, you know.
No,
We had a
I
good
just got a new
conversation.
grill.
We had
Yeah.
good conversations.
Yeah, I'm sure you had good conversation. You know what? It's okay. It's the 50th
We got
episode,
down
by
to
the way.
we got down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah. So again, sorry for everybody who's watching. I haven't done a show and gotten this how long. We got Tony here. You know, clap for Tony.
Yeah.
Not Tony. We got Charles. Is your name? Charles here.
Sir.
And we got Mr. Dave over here. How's it going?
Who?
Remember that when you flipped that microphone?
What?
You flipped that microphone towards you.
Towards you.
Yours is fine, and you need to put yours closer to your face, Tony.
What? I don't know about putting.
So they've been here for hours drinking, and then they give me a call to come on in.
Aha! I got
Yeah.
it figured out.
There you go.
Ooh, whoa.
Oh, some slide action. Don't break my microphone now.
This
I
thing's
got a
getting
little
frisky over
I got a little
here.
game for us to play here in a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. It's something I saw on TikTok.
Oh,
Although
no.
I don't know all the rules. We'll just figure it out
These
as
kids-
we go.
These kids with the TikTok, I don't know.
Dude, you can sit there for hours. Hours go by watching TikTok.
terrible.
Yeah.
I
She'll lose me.
downloaded it,
Horrible. Yeah.
and
like,
I
Terrible.
downloaded it and
I
then
lose
deleted
hours
it.
sometimes.
I was like,
That's
nah,
bad.
this is, I can't. This
It's-
is soul suck.
It's
Yeah.
mostly women just bouncing up and down. You know,
Yeah.
you know how it is. Yeah. It knows what it wants you to see. There's an algorithm. Yeah. So,
Yeah, we think we know what your algorithm was, Brian.
I'm pretty happy at home. We'll just be quiet there. So, like I said, I was grilling out earlier. Now I gotta tell
What
you
were
about
you
this.
grilling?
I got some chickens. First time cooking chicken on this grill. Now I generally suck at cooking
Oh, that's
chicken.
that new grill.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's
I
a
gotta
nice
tell
grill
you.
had there.
I gotta tell you about this grill I got, Tony and Charles. Since you guys didn't hear the story
I
yet.
saw him putting it together last week.
Yeah.
It was a nice ass grill.
So there's this place down the road that does like scratch and dent shit, like appliances and stuff. So we walk in there, and there's a top part and a bottom part. The top part is mostly like toolboxes and like outdoor equipment. So I walk in there, and I'm like, "Hey, you got any grills?" Because we needed a grill. And the guy's like, "Hey man, if you're good at putting shit together, I got something for you." So we walk in the back, and you know you're getting a deal if you're walking in the back, right?
Like from that movie where he walks into Bed Bath and
Microphone.
Beyond. Oh, that
Yes.
movie where he walks into the Bed Bath and Beyond, like the remote. What was it? Click.
Yeah, click.
They walked you in the
my
back.
mic has ED.
Yeah.
What do you? Oh, come on.
He's getting a deal on a grill.
Yeah, just hold the mic like you were singing.
Got it.
All right, so we walk in the back, and the guy's like, "Look, here's this grill. It's in a million pieces, and nobody here knows how to put the damn thing together. Is like, if you make me an offer, and you can take it home." So I was like, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is a big ass stainless steel. This is a man's grill right here.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
And I'm like, and it's got a flat top and a 4-burner system. It's like a griddle and a burner. I was like, man, this thing's sexy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to lowball him because I'm sure he's going to Jew me up a little bit higher.
Of course.
I say $80. And he's like, all right, yours. It's a $600 grill for $80. All right. So I take it home. Or no, I took it here to work. I'm putting it together. I found out I'm missing one piece. It's a pretty important piece. It's like the side piece where a bunch of shit goes together. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to call the manufacturer and get this part. I don't mind paying $80 for this part, you know, whatever. I only spent $80 on this grill. Fuck it.
Right.
So I call up. It takes forever. And it's an Indian lady.
Jesus, this is a long story.
Shut up.
Hey, this is Brian's story, though.
I'm slow.
Yeah.
Dave,
Drinking, man. I have zero
patience.
Yeah, like
Anyway, I call him.
What do they call
the lady's like,
attention.
She's like, hey, I got this part for you.
It is.
She's like, what's your address? I give her my address. She's like, cool, it's on its way. I'm like, don't I have to pay you? She's like, no, you bought it 2 weeks ago. It's under warranty. So she thought that I just bought it new. So I got this whole thing for $80.
Oh, you can't beat that.
Dude, so I've been grilling like a motherfucker, haven't I?
Oh,
Yeah, that's a nice ass grill for $80.
Yeah.
Can we talk about audio now?
Yeah. Why would we do that?
Can we address? All right, I want to address. This is a hilarious post from my hometown.
Okay.
Dropping Volts 239.
Okay.
All right.
We're seconding this up too. So
I wish I could post this on the screen. It says, "Why is American bass so much better than Sundown?"
But see, people use that term better, and it's like, all right, how?
Yeah.
Explain.
You know, a lot of times, from what I've seen, American bass usually has like a stiffer progressive spider type of situation. So their FS will be a little higher. Maybe people enjoy that sound.
I'm pretty sure this is an elaborate troll, but
It could be.
I used to be a huge fan of American bass. I ran XFLs, HDs. I rebuilt some XFLs.
You never hear us talking shit about American bass.
I had
they're decent folks.
I had
over
two
there.
XFL 15s doing like a 53 no wall in a Blazer.
That was in your Blazer.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
pretty
remember
nasty.
when you had the Type R's in there.
Bro, Type R's, bro.
Alpines.
See, is why
Yeah, the Alpine Type
Hell
R.
yeah.
He was doing air
Dude, that
kicks
used to be
and
my
everything.
woofer,
I
man.
get it. I work for Sundown now. I'm a
But,
nut
you
hugger.
know.
No, not really. I'm not a nut hugger. Like, I give credit
You're
where it's
unofficial.
due.
You're unofficial right now.
Back in my
I
best,
still love DD.
back
like,
in my Best Buy days, I
Dude,
used
one of
to
my
install the hell out of Type
best hair
R's.
tricks
Yep.
was like back when I had a Blazer when I was doing like budget setups. I had a DD 3512 and a big ratio fourth order no wall in the back of my Blazer.
It's big and boomy.
Single 12 doing respectable hair tricks
Actually, I
with a
think I
single
still
12.
have a video of that Blazer.
Audio pipe
I
3500
gotta.
on a DD 3512.
I'm gonna answer a
Love that
question.
setup.
I'm gonna answer a question real quick. 1337 asks, "What's the best 15 for under $500?" Well, if you're talking Sundown related, it's gonna end up being our U series
I like the
15.
U series
Yeah.
for that.
It's a very versatile woofer. It does everything you want it to do.
very versatile.
It doesn't need a huge box either. So
know,
definitely go with
people
that. 1500 watts,
Really
2000 watts.
sleep
you're
on
good.
the U series and the SAV2. Because
Well, we see what Derek's been doing with the U series in this build. I mean, come on, you
but
can do
people
that.
don't. They don't see it, and they all. You got to think how many times a day is it asked on even the Sundown Facebook group,
Mhm.
like, can you run an SFB at half ohm?
Right.
What's a good sub? Like, is this better because the power rating? Like, people just look at the power ratings for the most part.
People don't pay attention.
The general public is not they're not educated about efficiency,
Right.
and they don't know how underrated Sundown subs are. So like they're seeing like, well, the U is only 1500 RMS, and from Scar I can get this, or Audio Pipe I can get this, or whatever. But guys,
We underrate our
the
products
U
in
series is an absolute monster when it comes to like musical, loud, efficient sub.
Yeah, it's very versatile. Does everything you want it to do.
Dude,
It gets
it's a
deep.
monster.
Yeah.
For me, it's all about
I wish
the
I had a
low
U series back when I was doing budget setups, because that's like the U and the SAV2. I mean, that's like neck and neck.
Yeah,
on
if you're
what's
if you're
better
if
there.
you're comparing Sundown U series to a lot of other products around the same wattage range,
Yeah.
you're generally going to get yield a little more output and clarity.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in that wattage range, you're looking at other companies. There's a ton of other products out there on the market.
Yeah.
So it's like, which one do I pick?
Yeah.
So you get the questions a lot. And then when it comes to the SFB series, what we're finding out, everybody with their stimulus money and their tax money, and now we make a budget amplifier. There's a whole new set of people in the market now that just don't know any better. This is one of the reasons why we're coming out with the Saya series, because if you accidentally wire your amp down to half ohm, it's not going to immediately blow on you.
Yep.
For those people that just
Bro.
don't know any better.
Saya for life.
Yeah.
I'm up here. I'm trading out 2 of my Salt 12s.
Bring that mic up closer to you.
Trading out 2 of my Salt 12s
Just
for
right in your mouth like it's a
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You see-
put it
do
in
you
your
see
mouth, like-
that close.
You see?
Yeah,
Hey,
like,
do you
put it
see
in your
where
mouth.
you see where my mouth is compared to my microphone?
I see you.
So I have the compression wide open because people like to yell in here. So that makes it to where you have to be closer.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Loud noises!
Two Salt 12s, trading them in for 6 SFB 13.5Ks. A lot of people say I'm crazy. I say it's more dollar per watt ratio.
Probably still crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly my point. Probably still crazy. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see once they're installed. I have a lot of guys asking Zv5 versus Zv6, 15 to 15, 18 to 18.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you what's up with that.
Exactly what I'm asking.
So there's a fairly large improvement between the two woofers. We went. The biggest thing is the coil. You're going from 4-inch or 4-layer coil to 8-layer coil, which an 8-layer coil could just hold a whole lot more heat and power in general. Still going to be 3-inch though, which allows you for that efficiency over a 4-inch coil, which is not going to be as efficient. So you've got that 4-layer versus 8-layer. Then you've got motor force. Now there's a whole nother. It's a whole like thicker set of slugs in there. Bigger top plate. Everything's bigger and better when it comes to the motor. Same soft parts though, so you're still gonna get a very similar sound, but you should get a little more violence and longevity out of your woofer now, going from Zv5 to Zv6.
Now, if we do a Zv6 versus Zv5 SPL setup, we're talking SPL spiders, SPL cone, a lot of power. Will the Zv6 outperform the Zv5 drastically?
It will, just because of that coil.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Going with 8-layer.
I mean, that's totally box dependent. I
Yeah.
don't,
Well, yeah.
It's
I'll-
very situational for sure.
SPL
Right.
Spider, I like if you want better meter score.
Right.
I don't like the SPL cone.
musically. Well, not musically, but
I mean, I don't like using it as a general, like, because I've had customers where I was like, "What's your peak?" And they were like, "Right around 40." I was like, "I think you would gain from the SPL
Steve,
cone,"
look at
and they
Steve. Who
lost
wires
big.
that?
I was
Right.
like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
So SPL cone is, I would reserve it more for guys with higher peaks, like 45 up,
Right.
50 hertz.
Yeah. There's always a variable.
Yeah,
I've been
always.
told, oh, hey, flip your magnets in, you're gonna gain. I flipped my magnets in, I lost.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's
SPL wise, a lot of times you're going to gain with the woofer in the box.
Right.
But longevity, if you want to demo,
Who told you?
woofer
Oh, wait,
outside.
never mind. Because you had told me your sealed side.
I flipped my magnets in the box, and when I metered it with the magnets in, I was quieter. And I was like, whoa, what's going on here?
Right.
I shrunk my sealed section, in theory, drastically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about 0.2, 0.3 per sub.
Yeah, big motors.
6 subs per box, so what's that?
Is this a fourth order we're
Fourth
talking?
order.
So your ratio just changed a little bit. Maybe you just didn't like it.
Quite a bit.
Your frequency response.
But you
probably
also have
changed,
to,
too.
you have to, you have to think about
port
your
at that
subs
point.
and suspension and QTS. And some subs with a lower QTS are going to like a much bigger sealed section.
Gotcha.
Yep.
For efficiency wise. Now that might change when you add power.
Right.
You know, you got to clamp and find out. But
Yep.
for the most part, usually shrinking your but you're from Florida, and it became this horrible trend in Florida from the time I left. Well, when I was still there, to do like massive sealed sections because people want to just do subsonic.
Well,
It's like,
yeah.
all right, that's fine for subsonic, but for SPL, because like guys that were doing subsonic were like, well, I want 160 at this frequency, and it's like, all right, but once you step over into the SPL world, you want tiny sealed sections for cone control.
Yeah.
You lose
The more power, the
efficiency.
smaller you want to go
You're-
almost, you know.
And I'm big for my sealed section.
Your
I'm at,
rise goes way up when you have smaller sealed sections.
Yep.
Which woofer do you have, and what's the sealed section per woofer?
I have 6 Team Ascendant Audio 18s.
Never mind, I don't know anything about their shit. Sorry.
It's basically
They like big sealed
it's
sections.
a Team 5 more or less.
Is it 18 you said?
18s.
That's
So-
mostly because the motors are turds.
Are you around 2 to 3 cubes?
I'm
per
at
woofer?
2.6 cubes each right now.
Oh, that's
I'm
good.
about to double 2.5 times my power. I'm going to shrink to 0.2 per sub. So we'll see where I'm at from there.
Gotcha.
But right now, I mean,
Well, you're at Sundown, so you should probably just grab something while you're here.
That's-
I'm gonna answer another question real
that's
quick.
why I'm here.
Percy Mack has a question, and it's a
Okay.
question we get often. It's 2 Sundown U18s versus 2 SA18s at 3,000 watts for the pair. So, in theory, those 2 U18s should yield a little more output. However, you're gonna have more potential with the SA18s. You're gonna get them to their fullest potential, I should say. But longevity wise, I'm feeling the U18s would probably last a little bit longer with that amount of power. So output wise, probably U18s. You may get a little bit. You may hit a little better with the SA18s, but I don't know how long they're gonna last. So then there's Michael Nichols, who says basically all the Sundown nut huggers are assholes on the bass set community. You know what? This is true.
Clowns.
It's not our fault. We apologize. I'm not going to apologize for those people because it's just the way they are, and we're sorry for that. But us in general, we're good folks here, and we always try to help you out as much as we can.
Michael Nichols also says, can someone explain the SAI a little better? What's the SAI versus the SSB?
It's
Oh,
a
Saya?
smart. That stands for Sundown
Yeah.
Intelligent Amplifier. It's a smart chip, kind of like the Teriamp Smart 3K or the people knew from back in the day, the Rockford
Should be working.
BDCP, which is constant power. It means it's going to do constant power, or
Yeah, 2 ohms.
it doesn't
3
matter
ohms, it's
what
gonna be-
ohm load you
Gotcha.
wire to, and they're also extremely durable because it stops making power. Because of the intelligent chip, it stops making power past a certain point. So, like, if you wired a quarter ohm, like which we've tested, Derek has tested,
Yeah.
it will just stop making power over rated power.
So the SIA, what is that going to be Sundown? The SIA, what is that going to be rated for Sundown? Is that going to be a half ohm amp? Is that going to be a 1 ohm amp?
1 ohm
No,
still.
we're
1
still
ohm.
going to rate it at 1 ohm because it's still a very similar board to the SFBs. It's just there's more of a protection circuit built
Okay.
into it. Basically, it will. I like to use this term. Sorry, it'll retard the output at half ohm if you accidentally wire down to half ohm.
Accidentally.
Yeah. Your 1 ohm and 2 ohm rating are very similar. So it's almost like what we were seeing coming out of JL for a while, where I think they're HD amps, where your 1 ohm, 2 ohm rating are very similar.
Hey, let's address 1337. I took your SD4 10-inch data and put it in the WinISD and said your data didn't work. Or you guys
I'm
tested your
waiting.
spec data within WinISD? No, it's Clipple tested,
Yep.
which is far superior to WinISD. WinISD is a
Some of
computer
it's
program.
some of it's Clipple tested. Sometimes depending on what it is, but
Right.
we're gonna get everything Clipple tested from here on for
You're right.
sure.
Thank you, Brian.
Um,
WinISD gives you a general idea.
I have a little stink about
Please don't
WinISD.
take WinISD or any computer program as an end-all be-all.
Yep.
Like real-world testing.
You know what I
comes in
found
superior.
with WinISD?
What's
Most cases, huge box, small port.
Yeah.
because they're meant for open air environments in most of the
Yes.
cases for when it comes to Win ISD.
And Sundown is all high excursion drivers.
in
Even the
your
SD
vehicle.
SD4 is fairly high excursion for a shallow depth sub.
Yeah. And Win ISD is probably great for if you're building a home theater, box. For,
Yes. Absolutely.
big box, little port kind of situation, but not for a car. You got all that cabin gain in there.
SD410. You didn't specify if you wanted sealed or ported. They'll work in either, but
We generally suggest sealed.
Yes.
For an SD4. If you want to go ported with a smaller woofer, get an SLD. I mean, good
well,
lord.
Jake did go stiffer spider on the SD4, so people could run it imported
Mm-hmm.
if they really wanted to, but you want to go pretty damn small on the box.
It's because we kept having people with SD3s blowing the woofers because they were
yeah.
putting them in big ported boxes. And the woofers only got like this much travel,
Now, as you guys said, South Florida in general is a big windy.
Florida man.
My wife's here.
We're a windy scene,
Yeah.
as you might like to say.
It's a hot scene down
It's
there.
Whatever you want to call it. SPL wise, what do you guys have coming out, if you'd like to share, for an SPL raw meter woofer?
Oh, well, right now we have the Compact Neo version 2, but coming later on, hopefully towards the end of the year, it's going to be the version 3, which is coming out. So if you look at DB Drag records, Iasca records, stuff like that, and Mecca too, our Compact Neos, anybody who's running them, they're on top right now.
They're me.
So they're for a burp woofer, that's where you got to go. The version 3 will just be
To be
even
determined.
better. I think we're gonna have the availability of an 8-layer coil maybe. I know there's gonna be a little more throw. So for people running stupid power like they already do, but maybe they want to move more for music classes, the version 3 will be even better. So there's your answer on that. Let's see if I got some more questions here. Oh, by the way, I have a question. You said you're from Miami?
I'm from just above Fort Lauderdale, still
I
Broward
know
County.
You're in Fort Lauderdale too.
Yeah. I
At
did
the-
this building.
Is it a true statement that at the beaches down there, there's women in thongs everywhere?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So that's really a thing down
100%.
there. We gotta get out
Dancing
in
and
Florida.
You got to
man.
come sometime.
You gotta
It's
come, bro. I
terrific.
totally got you guys. Don't worry.
We do need to go to Florida. It's
like,
been a while since I've been
totally
down there.
got you guys. Like I got you guys.
Not in the summer though. It's just too damn hot for this fat guy right here.
You're missing out.
You're missing out. Because think about it, in the winter, nobody's gonna be able
Let-
to be on the beach.
All the snowbirds. down there.
Everyone in America, in the hottest months of the season, they are in Miami Beach.
Ugh.
And Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, Fort Lauderdale.
I have a thing about people, too many people too. It gives
Fort
me-
Lauderdale. Be a little
You
bit better
say
than Miami's a
we
little-
say
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's good money, right? Yeah, you guys, you got, the
Yeah.
economy's booming at that time. But I would like to go back to Florida. It's been probably 10 years since I've been down
You
there.
should come down.
Um,
I'll gladly. You already know I got my wife. We can hang out.
oh, I know you guys
Go
got
down
us.
there,
We'll
yeah,
we'll find. We'll
party.
figure something out.
Yeah, you already know that.
Hi. Now the party's gonna start.
Yeah.
You
You
get-
take the top off?
You have a seat over here if you want. You can move that trash can if you want to sit close to
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
husband. So we were just talking about Florida.
Florida.
It's hot. Actually, I asked him. I was like, is it a true thing? Like down in the Miami area at the beaches, are there really women in thongs all over the place? So I guess that's a real thing. We don't get that up here in North Carolina very much.
I'm telling you, man. I got off the exit and I looked at Tony. I'm like, dude, where are we? There's
Yeah.
trees and grass.
Trees, there's mountains.
There's grass everywhere.
Yeah.
Where are we?
I told him, I said, roll down the window. Enjoy.
Florida
I
used
said,
to
we,
be like
we
that.
just got car smoke and,
Yeah.
and,
Before Florida became so built up.
Populated, yeah.
Yeah. When I was a kid, where I grew up
crazy.
on the west coast, southwest coast, it was a lot of trees.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When I
Well,
moved,
inland there's a bunch of trees.
when
you
I
know?
first
Yeah.
came to Florida, there was dirt roads and
Yep.
dirt roads passing through, Dixie to Federal, and I was
Cow
like, oh,
fields.
cool. And
Yeah.
then it populated, and now there's 18,000 Canadians every season, and it's chaos.
Oh
But-
yeah, bud.
Oh yeah,
And that's not saying anything against Canadians. I'm just saying it's
I'm gonna-
kind of crazy.
Minnesotans.
I'm going to answer Kay Gibbons' question. He says, what do you think about two SA8s or two X8s on the 1800.5? So make sure your woofers are dual 4 ohm, so they're running at 1 ohm, and you want to use the SA8s, not the X8s. X8s require a little more power. The 1800.5 is going to give you 1,000 watts on that 5th channel at 1 ohm.
Perfect, yeah.
So a pair of SA8s is dead nuts where you need to be. So I got a game that we're going to play.
Wait,
What's
I like
that?
this question.
What's the question?
Dash one. Has anyone asked you guys this question? Do subwoofers clip not having the gain up? Thanks. Triple question mark.
Subwoofers don't clip.
Yeah.
Amplifiers clip.
Signal. Clipping is...
Simple.
I don't,
Simple answer,
I'm
no.
pretty sure that's a troll.
I mean, yeah, pretty sure, yeah.
So yeah, clipping...
Hey, that might just be a language barrier.
Yeah,
So I don't want to be a jerk.
Yeah, clipping is that
Yeah.
come from your signal, whether it's a low voltage situation causing it or just straight from the source or your amplifier being set incorrectly. That's where the clipping starts. The subwoofer just does whatever it tells you tell it to do, basically. The amplifier amplifies that signal. So there's the clipping. Now I will say this. Back in the day, I used to use this term when I didn't know any better. Back in the hood days, people would just say the word clip. Oh, my subs is clipping. Because they make a funny noise or whatever. It probably is clipping,
But it's from
but they're talking about the sound that they're hearing, not so much the signal. They don't know any better.
If it ain't clipping, you tripping.
So I got a game we're gonna play, and I'm gonna have my lovely assistant here pass out some cups.
Oh, no.
Don't. All right. So here's the deal. Don't smell it yet.
No.
Oh, no.
Don't smell it yet.
No.
One of these 4 cups. One of these 4 cups has vodka in it.
It's mine.
The other 3 have water in it. So I'm gonna have you guys drink. Here's the deal. You get to play a poker
Just
face.
smelled it.
You gotta play a poker face because you're gonna guess who's got the vodka. Okay. You guys understand how we're doing it?
She's cheating already, so.
I've already cheated. It's in my nature.
If you want to talk, there's that microphone. Just talking to the red light
Oh.
there. People can't hear you.
Yeah, you got to bring it up like
If you want to be
If
heard.
right
you
next
wanna
to your
be heard.
mouth.
Yeah.
I always want to be heard.
As Brian would say, put it in your
In your
mouth.
mouth.
Yeah. You see how
You
close
gotta,
I am?
Right here.
Like an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
like, yeah.
Like if your tongue can touch it, that's perfect.
You notice we're all like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
feel pleasant with like this in my
Yeah.
face.
It's something you gotta
But
get
it's
used
cool,
to.
you know?
It's something you gotta get used to. All right, so
I don't
On a
like
count of
vodka.
3.
Can I just say that now? I don't
on the
like
count of 3,
vodka.
you're gonna chug it, and poker face, and you guys have to guess who's got the vodka in the cup.
David has the vodka in the cup.
All right then,
I hate vodka.
go ahead and give it a shot.
That tasted great.
That tasted like Sundown tap water.
Fantastic. That was
Is
warm.
come out
not
the
drinking.
toilets.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's Dave that's got it.
Honestly, I've seen him drink vodka, and none of us want to watch it happen.
We want to see what
I've seen
happens.
him drink. No,
Yeah.
that was whiskey.
Well, that was
Yeah.
a fail.
Whiskey's okay.
Yeah, I'm okay on whiskey.
It's
okay.
I'm
This
not a
is-
fan
this
of.
is
I'm not a
Russian
fan of
water.
vodka.
Oh, so you got that.
That's it's
I'll have another beer, please.
it's
Oh, yeah,
platinum
yeah.
platinum 7X. It's actually really good vodka. I enjoy that vodka. It's pretty.
Yeah.
That sounds expensive.
Yeah.
Platinum 7A.
7 times
You know
the
what?
money.
Yeah.
You sound like a fancy girl, so I'm gonna pass this your
Mm.
way.
I don't drink
Oh
vodka.
my god. Bam.
Well, thanks guys. That worked out
Sorry,
really well.
Brian.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
She
sorry. I'm sorry about your drinking game.
I already called him out at lunch.
It's just
I
something
said,
stupid I
when
found on
asked you-
TikTok.
I said, "How long have you been on team not straight? I mean, not loud."
Oh, that's. Come on now. I feel on the spot right now.
Yeah, you're okay. You
I'm
got
getting
it.
uncomfortable.
It was
Team
it
Ain't
was
Loud,
a
best
Freudian
team,
slip.
best team in
Because
America.
I was looking at his hat and it said "Team Ain't Loud," but then I looked at his shirt and it said "Straight," and so I wanted to say, "How long you
The
been on
loudest team
not
in
ain't?"
America. We're calling
Yeah.
out. We have a competition for Florida right now.
Oh,
we're,
that's right.
We're basically
I saw
saying
that.
the top 5 people of every team in Florida right now. Let's run
Florida's
it.
crazy.
Let's run it. It made a steal. I don't know how many
That's a great
teams.
show.
Let's get Team Sundown.
Made of Steel's always a good
I don't know
show.
how many teams have signed up for it, but Team Ain't Loud is all in. Top 5 people of that team. if anybody wants to sign up, Jason Biggie Strawn,
I think we
contact
sent,
him.
I,
I
think we
saw
sent
my boy
some-
Jason make that announcement. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think we
Sounds like
sent
fun.
some product for the raffle down there at the Made of Steel show. I think we sent some stuff.
It's a great show.
As far as us going there, probably not. It'd be nice. When is that again? That's like next week or something, isn't it?
It is I know one of them's the 8th, whatever 7 days after the 8th is. I want to say the 15th and
Oh, okay.
16th maybe, Made of Steel.
Yeah, the 8th is Triple Fest. We'll be there. I know that. That's in Alabama. There's another question from
Dennis
Dennis.
the Speed Menace.
He wants to
It's
know.
the same one.
Crystal.
He wants to know.
Someone saying hi to you.
I would definitely always recommend an aeroported.
Joey. Yeah.
So I'm the opposite. I'm the
Now, there's
opposite.
nothing wrong with slot ported.
No.
If you don't want to spend the money on an aeroport,
Which
aeroports are superior
They're
They are.
usually louder.
Thank you. my brother.
Are they?
Thank you.
for output and bandwidth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now
So-
there is a way to do your slot port where you can get
Yeah.
very similar response, but you have to have a router with big roundover bits.
Yeah. So aeroports are almost always louder, and not by a whole lot, but yes, they are usually louder. I'm a big fan of slot ports because, in my whole theory about this, is I can get the perfect port area. I don't have to worry about figuring out what diameter I need for this, that, and the other.
That's wrong.
I mean, how,
All right.
I'm
you can dial in a perfect port area unless
why
you're
is an
unless
aeroport better than
unless
a
you're
slot port?
making
Flares.
unless you're making your round
Flares?
port
Yeah.
So if you were to flare a slot port, then is it superior?
like a curve you're talking about.
that,
Yeah.
that becomes the square port.
Yeah.
Which I've done square aeroports.
Now I will say yes,
Spanish
curve ports are
port.
definitely.
I mean, you
best.
can curve. Some people say curve's just for looks. That's not true. If you test it, you do gain.
But you got to do the inside too, not just the outside.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. You have to consider when you're doing slot. You can easily go too much port area.
Okay.
So there's a fine line between too much.
Can
And
you explain this to somebody who doesn't know what a slot port is?
oh.
Like, yeah, like basic.
Okay, so an aeroport would always be a round circle port
Okay.
with flares on it. You've seen my
Yeah.
old boxes.
Yes.
It's a round port with big flares on it. And a slot port is
Big ass ports.
It's a
King
s-
period.
rectangle, a slot in a box, a square on the side, usually like the
It
speaker.
comes out from an angle.
It's made out of the wood basically. It's the box is built. It's built into the box.
Yeah.
Which
with
you
the
have
wood.
also made.
Yes, I used to do both.
Yeah.
And curve.
Yeah.
So-
Well, generally the round ports are going to be a little more expensive because it's more material involved.
Is an
Or you
aero
have
Sort
to
of.
buy them, yeah.
Yeah.
Most
is an
people don't wanna make
aeroport
'em.
better because of aerodynamics, or is it just simpler design, more definitive port area kind of thing?
That's a good question. Yes, it does have to do with aerodynamics.
There's a turbulence situation going on there a lot of times.
Yeah, if you test,
Going down the port rather than versus the-
there's some
hitting the
people.
flat surface.
There's some people that will say if you were to do away with the roundovers and add that extra area of port, you would do the same thing, but that's not true. A roundover actually allows more port velocity. Anything round is going to have more velocity.
It's smoother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you see the top SPL guys, the guys
Small
that are breaking
box,
all
big
world
ass,
records,
long.
They don't have a 90-degree angle in their whole
all the
No.
no wall,
cabin.
all the no wall guys are running aeroports or slots with roundovers.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to extreme vehicles, they've got roundovers everywhere in the cabin.
Right.
There's
Yep.
giant rounds.
What's a roundover and a 45?
Yeah, I know.
Asking for
I
a
know,
friend.
Tony. asking for
asking for a
a friend. This is Mr. Not Tony. No roundovers.
This is not Tony.
It's his nickname in the chat is Mr. No 45s.
Yeah.
That's another good question. Some people say that 45s just soak up airspace in an enclosure, and that's why you get louder because you're actually shrinking the enclosure.
Okay.
But what if you built
Sometimes
your
that's true.
enclosure around it the right way? You know, you just account for the 45.
Yeah,
know?
you can do that, and people
Yeah.
have tested
Yeah,
that, and
you can.
that can be true.
Yeah.
But they're again, SPL is an evil bitch, and if you don't test everything in your box and your cabin, then you don't know. So that's why the top SPL guys will tell you, I don't know the answer to that. Like, you have to test in your box. I
Yeah,
can't tell you if the
situational.
5
It's-
is going to gain.
So
It's-
months of testing and tuning.
Easier
Yeah.
to get louder with an arrow port is what you're saying, more or less?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah.
Because you have those definitive answers. This is what it is. There's already roundovers. There's not a variable of if your roundovers are good enough with a slot port, whatever the case.
For the
may be.
most part, yes.
Okay.
But it's really easy to go too big on your port
Right.
and not have enough back pressure,
Gotcha.
basically.
Dave Robert Williams.
Yeah, there's a show.
Ah, you probably need a bigger port.
Dennis wanted to know what size for a 4-inch arrow. Generally, a 4-inch arrow is going to be like a 1 cube to 1.5 cube, somewhere in that range box for 4-inch arrow. If you
King
go bigger,
Travis.
you got to go up to like a 6-inch.
King Travis says, "Too bad we can't get big arrow ports anymore." That is really sad. That there's
I know, bro.
there's not very
Nobody out
many
there.
people making like big ass arrows and
Big-ass
the other
ports.
Is it
companies.
because of the?
Well, I actually have a friend working on
Yeah,
it
big
right
ass
now.
port has,
So
I
listen,
believe,
guys.
12 inch.
I
Listen,
think he's having a
guys,
hard time getting them though.
I never
material.
Yeah, he is.
I never bought arrows when I was doing SPL.
You always made them.
I went to Home Depot and bought sonotubes,
Gotcha.
Yep.
and I stacked wooden rings and got a router with a 1.5-inch round over bit and made my
Too
own.
much money.
Be a
It was
man.
a lot of
Be
work.
a man.
Less money.
If you want to be loud, be a man.
But
Yeah, there's people out there that
No,
like,
it's
Be a
it's a lot of
man.
work for
Yeah,
real.
like
I
Derek-
wouldn't do it now. Like, I don't have that kind of dedication anymore.
like Derek would tell you, he would just get the
and the
PVC
price of
tube,
wood, and
heat it
people
up,
don't wanna pay for
and he would
boxes.
build this wooden flange that he would heat it up and stick the tube down it, and it would flare it out himself. That's a lot of work. You have
I've
to
seen
get
a
it
lot
right.
of people with soup bowls. They'll heat up
Oh,
a
yeah.
PVC pipe and
Yep.
put it on a soup bowl and let it flare out and flatten it out and screw it on.
You can put PVC in an oven and bake it and get it really pliable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bend it around a bowl.
do that with acrylic.
No,
That's
not,
what I'm talking about.
Not my
The
wife's
house
oven.
smells.
Yeah.
No, not doing that. That's the baking oven. That's where my food comes from. So that's not happening.
So Tony, did your wife come up with you this time around? or
No,
no?
no, I
Just
came
Charles
up with
over here?
Charles.
That would have been a good show.
Yeah, that would have been a very good show.
It was a long drive, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What
it
was it?
sucks.
We got 2
driving up
hours
here.
of sleep.
12 hours, 2 hours sleep.
How many times did we do that, Tony?
Whoa,
Goodness.
bro, too many.
Half dozen.
It was
But
a
we always
long
got a
ride.
flat tire.
Every time on the way
Every
back.
time we came, bro, we got a flat tire.
Overloaded every time.
I remember your
that's why, 'cause of the
your
weight.
trailer used to get.
No,
We
it's the
don't
weight
need
of the
that.
Trailer. No, it's the weight of the trailer. Like we
Thank you.
overloaded the trailer.
Yeah.
Like, big
We don't
time.
have a trailer.
Like,
No.
like 5,000
You guys are good.
pounds overweight.
We'd always have like
Every time.
Every
all the
time,
motors.
Yeah,
100 ZV4s in a
Yeah,
little
bro.
single axle trailer.
yeah, bro. It was rough. It was a rough.
breaking axles.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need a?
We did find out
do
a
you
sundown
need
basket
something?
could hold
If
up
you
the
have it,
trailer though to
please.
change the
Sundown basket is a jack stand.
tire. Yes.
Stronger than a Harbor
That lighter?
Freight jack stand.
Yeah, I was saying, you know how to do it with a lighter.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Oh, here you go.
Boom.
Here.
Oop.
I got it. I got you, bro.
My man's got it with the aerosol can. Check this out.
Oh,
He's gonna make it explode in here.
Don't blow it. There it is.
So what you guys up here this
Hey.
time for?
Get that beer bottle cap off with your teeth. Be a man.
I had 2 Salt 12s. I decided I wanted to up the power. We traded in the 2 Salt 12Ks for 6 SFB 13.5Ks, looking at 81,000 watts, hoping for a couple decibel gain. Right now I'm sitting at a 161.7, over doubling the power, hoping for over a 164 or so.
That's musically correct.
Yeah.
No, musically, maybe a 162.5 on a burp. 164 would be cool.
If you could boil down Florida Man as a bass head, it would just be I'm doubling power and hoping for a gain. That would
Right.
be-
Listen,
That would boil
all
down
the power. It's not just let me throw 80,000 watts in my build and hope that I gain. I'm also shrinking. I also
Yeah,
just
yeah.
rebuilt my whole
Okay.
cabin.
Wait.
I
Hold on, let me
put-
give you some tips. And for
I'm
everybody,
open for tips.
everybody
Send
listening.
'em.
For everybody listening, first, don't change anything in your box yet.
Right.
Change your power, or don't change your power and change your box. But test each thing individually.
Well, that's where I'm at.
and take a notebook and be like shrink first and then clamp and see like here's my power, and then I shrank and I lost, or I shrank and I gain.
Basically, Tony Eilis right here, Mild and Wild Audio, he built me my box. We got a 61.4.
Tony's the man.
Tony is the man. We got a 61.4
One and
out of
done.
the box.
No
with
testing and tuning.
With a bone stock cabin, no testing, no tuning, no modification, 61.4. I rebuilt my cabin. I put almost $1,000 worth of Sundown torch on deadener in there.
Yeah.
Wooden dash,
160 mil.
wooden door panels, and I should be around a 62.5 with that.
Yeah.
Now we're adding gobs more of power, and we're gonna see where we're at.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much where we're at. I have recones on the way. I have a lot of stuff going on, and I understand. You should do this, see where you're at, change the next thing.
Just so you know where you're losing and gaining.
Right.
It's simple.
Yep.
SPL's super simple when you boil it down.
Right. That's just kind of where the issue lied. Is he built the cabin beautiful. This was I got a Slamfest Top 25.
Listen, if you're in Florida and you don't know who
award.
Tony is and Mild and Wild Audio, get out of Florida. Just
always,
get out.
Always sending people.
Right.
Get out of Florida.
he built me a Slamfest Top 25 award truck.
Sweet.
Now, it got too loud. It started destroying
the
interior that he built.
That's what they do.
So I had to rebuild the interior, see where we're at. We got a 61.7. Now, I did door panels. We'll see where we're at. Adding power, see where we're at. It's just, as everybody knows, it's just a trial and error.
it's
See
testing
what
and
works,
tuning.
Yes.
see what doesn't work.
Always clamp power at that level. Once you're above a 160, clamp everything. See how much power you're making. And then start making modifications and see, because sometimes you'll make modifications you'll gain, but you don't realize you just spiked your power too.
That's the issue.
So you actually lost.
I don't have a clamp.
So Matthew wants
I
to
have a
know.
turn pro.
Matthew wants to know who's in the room.
But you can clamp with a regular like flute clamp.
Dave
meter.
never hears me
Or-
when I'm talking.
He
Never.
doesn't hear
I do. I
anybody
just
when he's
ignore
talking.
Never
I
hear.
ignore
because
This is
Brian
my
always.
show,
He's
Dave.
busy listening
It's
to
my
his own
show.
words.
I'm the one that has to
No,
cut in
no.
front of you. Anyway,
it's your show except for when I'm guest on here.
this is every time you're on this show, you just keep going.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to answer Matthew's question.
Somebody's got to make this show exciting.
You want to know who was in the room
God.
because he missed the intro. We got Tony Eilis from Mild and Wild down in Florida. Obviously,
Fort
you heard that.
Lauderdale,
Yeah,
yeah.
Fort Lauderdale. By the way, I send people your way constantly, so I hope they're coming.
Yeah, no, they do.
Yeah.
They definitely do.
Yeah, Charles, right?
Yep.
Charles Jr. I'm gonna call him Carl's Jr. We got Dave Lieb and his wife Heidi, and my girlfriend over here, Crystal, which you can't see on camera. That's who's in the room.
Okay, Mushroom.
Now, before I came here, there was a bunch of people here, and they left because
We won't
Brian
discuss
came in.
that.
Yep.
You guys missed Jake at his finest.
Yep.
Okay, Mushroom. Yeah, Savannah Show, Georgia tomorrow.
Totally.
Derek is on his way.
Yep.
He's got Project SPL loaded on the trailer and heading that way.
Speaking of that show, we have a pair of LCS woofers and an SFB 600D for the raffle. So make sure you guys go there. And I don't know what the raffle's going to, but hopefully it's a good cause. And you get you some Sundown equipment. I believe we sent stuff to the Made of Steel show as well. And we're going down to, in 2 weeks from this weekend, we'll be at the Triple Fest show in Killian, Georgia, or Killian, Alabama, or Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Yes, see us there. That's the Incriminator audio show, basically.
Nice.
You gonna go to that, Dave?
Probably not.
No. All right.
Where's that at?
Not too big on shows.
Muscle Shoal. I can't say it. Muscle Shoals. It's where all the music comes from.
Does
Alabama.
Sundown have, now you don't have to answer this obviously, does Sundown have a favored organization, whether it be ISPLL, Mecca, Usaki, whatever the case may be?
It's
DB
going to be
Drag?
the big three: TB Drag, ISKA, and Mecca.
Okay.
And locally at NSPL or an ISPLL or whatever it is, in the local area too. But the big three is what we usually cater to, and in general, Derek is more of a DB Drag guy.
Right.
So, but we don't really cater. We don't really.
That truck is
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, he's doing some big numbers, and he's gonna see what happens with this new windshield and all the work he did to it. He was fine. He was having some issues with his deadener, oddly enough, and his passenger window, the actual window itself, came down off track, and he didn't realize it. And that's why he thinks that's why his score went down.
Gotcha. Did he double the windshield up or?
Yeah.
He
You're
did.
with the new rules of DB drag. You can double your windshield.
Yep.
Up to I think 14 millimeters, I believe, is what the rules are now. So
It'd be super cool if competitions were like they were back in when I was a
with money
teenager.
involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're huge.
Big
but,
trophies, big money.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of bragging
Unfortunately,
rights.
X10 V3
They're just not
should
very
be
big
coming
They're
very
trying
soon.
to bring it back a little bit. Like even like
Yeah.
in general, Derek last year was trying, or the year before, before COVID, was trying to do this whole thing about, hey, let's get some money together.
We
you
need
know?
to get
Yeah.
kicker on board.
Yeah.
ISPLL.
Big companies.
ISPLL right now, as I mentioned earlier in the podcast, we're having a battle, basically more or less battle of the teams.
Mm-hmm.
Top five members of each team goes head to head with the next team. Each member throws in $20 into the pot. The winning
Yeah,
team,
we like that.
the winning team takes all the money. So
Yeah,
we
that's
say,
cool. The money split between the team, not just individual.
right, 3
Yeah.
teams. You're talking about however much money, but I don't know
Oh my
how
God.
the president of the team will obviously decide. Okay, the money's going to go to the team. The money's going to get divided into whoever competed, whatever
Yeah.
the case may be. But that's Jason Biggie Strong set that up, and
Yeah, that's cool. I like to see the money part come back.
Yeah.
I like.
It gives
I've
people
always
more
liked
motivation.
It does.
right.
ISPLL is. I love like subsonic suicide and.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
some
love
of
it.
Like the all around, the way they do it, their setups is
I was
cool.
Yeah.
worried this guy here.
Don't let's not take it there. Let's leave that one alone.
They call me. Don wants to know when the X10 V3. In general, the V3s are actually being worked on right now.
Yeah, we start production this week
yeah.
on XV3s. but
XV2 is no longer a thing. I mean, you're gonna see them out there. They have to get through them, but version 3 is coming out.
I built.
I'd say this month.
I built 50 15s this week,
That's
and
good.
then other builders built some 12s.
Do you feel as a builder that the 15 is probably the easiest and most fun to build out of all of them? I felt that way back when I was building.
It's probably the easiest.
Yeah, it just goes together so much easier in my
Yeah.
opinion. There's less bullshit involved. Well, when you're going from start to finish, like, 'cause the terminals are on the outside of the rim or
Yeah.
whatever, or whatever that thing's called, and it's not on the
frame,
inside.
yeah.
Yeah, the frame. You don't have to sit there with your fingers and try to get in there.
See,
It's just all right there. And a 15-inch cone just goes on right, nice and easy.
it does.
I like 15s, but so much easier.
They're
Yeah.
pretty easy, but yeah, not too much difference between 10 through 15s. The only ones that make a huge difference is 18s.
Yeah.
They're a lot more time consuming.
Yeah, the 18s can be a bit.
I don't want to
Time
throw a flashback in there, but Jacob, I was talking to Jacob earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and he has an astronomical amount of confidence in the ZV6.
Right.
Yeah.
I have multiple team members saying, "Hey, what about the ZV6? What about the ZV6?" He made me an offer, and I'm not going to mention it, but it is he's confident.
Because you came with Tony.
He is confident in this ZV6.
Yeah.
Like big numbers, crazy. Basically, hey, throw the ZV6 in.
Because that 8-layer coil, man.
You will gain. Is basically what he said to me. I promise you will gain.
It's science.
It is.
Well, hey,
You see how big his
that's
head was,
not
right?
I don't
All
know
that
any-
information is stored in that big old head of his, so he's telling you the truth.
I believe it. And hey, with the offer that he
Are you going to take his offer?
brought to the table, listen, I wish I could. I
No.
might. I honestly might, but I'm.
Do we got to
we're-
get you on a payment plan?
We're talking about 14,000 watts per sub.
Right.
Question asked: will that ZV6 take 14,000 watts on a burp?
Oh,
On a burp, yeah, definitely.
It will.
Yeah, on
yeah,
a
we've
burp.
tested up to around 18K burp.
What will it take on music?
Probably about double its rated on a daily setup. I wouldn't go
The
much more.
ZV5
6K?
Probably about 5, 6.
It depends on the enclosure, your rise.
Four.
It
all
is
that.
like like
Gonna
Dave's
go-
saying, it's very
yeah.
situational.
I would say like optimal enclosure. The top we've seen is actually Jesse's. There might be a couple guys that have actually seen a little more power clamp per sub on music, but Jesse's seen 5,600 clamped on music runs on a ZV5.
Really?
The ZV6 is a 8-layer coil. It's going to take significantly more than the ZV5. So you're looking at around 6K clamped per sub on music runs.
And I don't mean
But
to be.
that's-
I don't mean to bring it back up, but I'm thoroughly excited. Like, listen, man, this guy's making me a crazy
Well, we're hoping that everybody's excited,
proposal.
just like you.
oh
That's
my
the whole
goodness.
thing. You gotta be excited. It's a new
Yeah.
product.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing it. You
Yeah.
know, you want to stick with the same product forever. You know,
But I
Hell, ZV5's
I
been out
want to put
forever.
a disclaimer out there because I don't want anybody to take that as gospel.
right?
Because like you can.
Well, the sub builder told
absolutely-
me I could put.
You can murder.
Yeah.
You can murder a ZV6 on 2K.
I believe it.
Oh, yeah.
Underrated power if you
Right.
clip it hard enough.
You
It
can
doesn't
burn
matter.
it. You can burn it on 500 watts clipped.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
People do it all the time.
You
should-
really have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you've got a 160 plus setup for a while, you know what you're doing. You'll probably figure out where your limits are,
Correct.
and you might have to go through a couple recons to
Yeah.
figure out like,
Which
well, I
it's-
can't
if
put.
you're doing 60, 62, 64 builds,
Yeah.
it's the name of the game.
But I mean-
you're gonna recone.
It makes no difference with 4-inch coil subs. Like I just built a customer some 4-inch coil drop-ins, and he killed them both, unwound both the coils in 30 seconds.
Slinkied them?
Yeah. And he's like, "What's up with you? These coils faulty?" I'm like,
Well, yeah, you're sending a square wave to the coil.
"No. I mean, you got to break them in, man. You
Yeah.
got to heat cycle your coil, which you got to warm it up and bring it back down. Warm it up, bring it back down, and it'll take way more power that way versus just going cold to hot."
Gotcha.
I can't do it. Oh man.
So, Robert, what kind of strange things we talking?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I read that. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh,
I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Oh,
I mean, a 20 is a 20. There it
$20
is.
is $20. That might
do-
as well be the Sundown
Like,
motto.
Motto.
Right.
$20 is $20.
Exactly.
for a pair of
You'd be
ZV
surprised what we've
12s.
gotten Jimmy Rose to do for $20.
This is a true statement.
Hey man, power to you, bro.
Thomas wants to know how do you get an NS1 V2? They're hard to find, but
NS1?
you can check out Woofer, or, no, not Woofers, etc. Theamplab.net. Theamplab.net. Go there, see if they got one.
Whoa.
Shoot them a message. Yeah.
Somebody's named Brett Chamberlain.
That's my son. That's my son.
Is it really?
Yeah, he's watching.
Oh,
Hi, Brett.
Dad.
He said hi.
Oh, that's so cute.
Hi, Brett.
Hey, Brett.
Hi, Brett. He probably just clicked on. Oh, Dad's on. And he just probably took it off.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Don't listen, son.
They
Yeah,
call me
we got done
Don.
talking all the bad stuff earlier. We're good now.
They call me Don. But they ain't $20 though. What does that mean? What
Because he said
it's talking about the
20 is a
woofers.
20,
the
so.
woofers are not
Yeah.
$20.
$600
I
is
promise you,
$600.
We don't
Yeah.
have
I
any
will
$20 subs.
guarantee you that.
Yeah.
You know, remember the Hyphonics Hi-Fi's 12s? Derek and me ran them in the and Taylor Fade. Everybody ran them in the $150 challenge. The original $150 challenge. You could get 2 Hyphonics Hi-Fi 12s for $40 shipped.
He sprained
Yep.
his knee.
Yes, he did.
Remember the numbers we were doing out of those?
What were they doing?
I got
Bro, they were
a
pulling.
44 sealed on the dash. Derek got a 46 Outlaw. Taylor Fade got a 48 Outlaw.
These are perfect world situations. Obviously, you're Dave Lieb. We're at Sundown. we are in
this was a
Sundown's
music
build house.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Taylor
that's
Fade was a straight up CRX SPL vehicle.
He's an SQ
Yeah.
guy.
and Derek was.
So you're saying you did a 44 in a CRX?
no? I did a 44 in a musical box in a Blazer,
Oh, okay.
sealed on the dash.
Okay. I thought you were saying CRX.
Audio Pipe 1000.
Yeah. I remember
Taylor
that.
Fade had the CRX. He got a 48
Yeah.
plus.
No shit.
Yeah.
Everybody spread some love to my son, Brad. He did hurt his knee the other day. He says he sprained it, but I talked to my ex-wife, and she's like, "No, he didn't sprain it. He's just making up stuff."
A little inflammation.
It is. He did have to get it wrapped or
Need a
whatever.
little
But
Drink
he's
some
all right.
milk.
Little hot and cold.
Some
Brad.
milk.
Some
Hot and
milk.
cold.
Yeah.
Oat milk.
He's all right.
That's
So
what
what happens?
Janet used to tell Brian, but he didn't know it because she was saying it in Spanish.
Oh, Lord. And I pulled the Russian water away from him.
Is it still in there? Hey, I'll drink that if
It's
nobody's gonna
all
drink it.
right, all right, then.
I'm not gonna.
Somebody's
I'm not gonna let it go to waste. I mean, come on now.
MD.
That's very tasty, by the way. This,
The orange was decent.
I've never had this in a
it's
can, mind you.
Yeah, I know. I had to buy.
I used to have the old bottle back in the day. Yeah.
We tried to get
MD20,
we tried to
Mad
get
Dog
Chris
20.
Munson back in here for the podcast.
Yeah.
But he had
Did
three
he-
of
did
those.
you drink
yeah,
those?
he had 3 of those. He wasn't
When I
in the
was-
best of shape.
In high school.
I bet you guys called him a cab, right?
No,
No,
he's
he's
actually
sleeping.
sleeping right
I tried
now.
to make him go to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have been able to do that just
What
fine.
kind?
Look at my poker face. Nobody can even
he's
tell
got
I
a
had it.
mattress back there.
Steve asked if we're still drinking.
Sort of.
Steve,
Sort of, kind of.
Are they breathing
bit.
and awake, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So MD 2020, this shit brings me way back. When I was, we'll say, underage, when I wasn't supposed to be drinking, my mom caught me. You know how we always get caught at least once, right? Did you ever get caught when you were a kid doing stupid things?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the first time my mom ever caught me drinking, when I was, I don't know, 15, 16 at the time, I had one of these, but I had the regular, the glass
That's when
bottle.
you were caught. When did you start?
Oh, we won't talk about that. My son's watching.
Oh.
I got caught on this, and I could not keep a straight face. My mom knew exactly what was
Now-
going on.
Now
I
you
got
hold
grounded.
up a can, but did you get caught? Because back then
Back
It
then
was
it
a
was a
glass
bottle.
bottle.
A
yeah.
bottle.
The
It was a
orange
bottle.
was it orange cream or whatever?
Yeah, the orange cream.
That-
the
that's
had a
the-
banana red.
bro,
that's
that
what
was
I
It'll
used
hit
to-
you.
rough.
You wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
I had a
I used
friend.
to drink Night
I had a
Train,
good
too.
friend.
Ooh.
I'm still good friends with that. Drank 2 bottles, and puked and pooped himself at the same time.
Dang.
True story.
Yeah.
Do you guys
How do you
remember
saw
99 sour apples, 99 bananas, that whole
Yeah.
all those? It was so rough. It was like a vodka with a flavor. It was like the strongest burn ever going down. I remember that. It was rough. It was cheap though. You know, that's what happens. You buy cheap shit.
It's like Four
Always,
Loko.
because that's what we could afford.
That's what you can
There
afford.
you go,
You'd
yeah.
have to find somebody. You have to pay them
Yeah.
to get you this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah,
Is
no,
that what it's
our
like
corner
not to have
stores
boobs?
were
Right.
kind
I had a
of cool.
lot
You
of
just
good
walk
stuff.
out.
Not what it's like not to have boobs.
Exactly. I wasn't this big back then
Yeah.
either. I didn't have my man
Yeah.
boobs either.
No.
Our corner stores just didn't care.
Yeah, I had
Down
one
at
of
Fort
those.
Lauderdale.
Yeah.
You know, right in
It's
the
different
city,
though,
yeah.
Tony. You look like you were 30 when you
I
were
remember-
so
I remember
Exactly.
I was 16 and I went to one of those Habib Marts and the guy was like,
Habib Marts.
it was like a 4-pack of Budweiser, and he's like, it was like, you know, $6, and he charged me 12, and I was like, $12? He's like, yeah, it's imported. I'm like, imported from America? It's like, yes, my friend.
Imported to India, and he brought it back on a plane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Thomas wants to know if he puts his ZV6 in a flat wall, should he worry about going over bumps? That all has to do with how you build your flat wall.
Yes.
So you should not have to worry about it if it's built correctly. My suggestion would be to do like a countersink situation where the woofer's kind of countersunk in. Maybe do like a triple baffle with some good coarse screws.
Wood legs, yeah.
Wood legs. And
Listen,
you shouldn't have any issues.
Tony and I discovered that you can use a Sundown frame as a jack stand.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So those frames can withstand a lot.
So no, you shouldn't really worry
Did
about.
you see what we did with the frames
Sundown
on
frame
a
breaking.
four wheeler?
Yeah,
We used them as tires or wheels on a four wheeler and didn't break them.
yeah.
I've never seen a Sundown frame broken.
Crack. Yeah, I haven't.
I
ran
know.
Like
that
the
problem
Sundown tooled frame.
We,
I've seen the
we've,
U frame.
we've seen it here. Blah, can't speak. Oddly enough, I've seen it happen in shipping. You know,
You mean like just the edges, right?
Yeah, usually it's the top piece. You know, the edge.
I've never seen a major structural break on a patented
No.
frame.
No. No, people just being stupid with their bolts and going to, drilling out the holes and doing stupid shit and it breaking there, but
Yeah.
nothing down low where the beef is,
Yeah, where the beef.
Yeah.
The beef.
Gotta get the beef. Probably gonna end this
Swervin-
here soon to see.
Swervin says I'm about to drop some XV2s.
They
In a
call
box.
them John because it's
Should I wait for the V3?
If you already got the V2s, man, go
yeah,
for it.
Right out. trust
They're
me, yeah.
fantastic woofers,
Yeah.
dude.
V2s are amazing.
They've been around for a while. That's why we're making V3s now.
Scar frame is the same, yeah, except way thinner.
Yes.
We-
they
And
don't
they-
realize it though.
And they cut a
Yeah.
bunch of holes.
We have
in
an
it.
episode of us talking about Scar. You can go back to if you go to the Sun and After Dark playlists. It's like episode 9 or something. That's all I'll leave there. I'll just leave that with you there.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I'm curious, what is basically rubbing alcohol?
He was talking about
The MD 2020.
No.
Oh, yeah.
This
Okay.
stuff tastes fantastic. I don't know what.
Sorry.
No, I'm talking about back in the days.
Oh yeah, that
Back in
stuff
the
was
day,
pretty
yeah.
rough.
That stuff in Cisco.
But you know what? The
drink quarts of
the orange
Bull
cream
Ice,
one
bro,
tasted
that
great.
St. Ides. I used to-
St.
oh,
Ides, dude,
bro, I used to
that
drink
was the
all
shit.
that, man.
Dude, a 40
Hey,
bottle,
Old
and it
English,
was
man,
like purple, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like a 40.
Oh.
Dude, I drank like 4
It
of
was a
those.
quart, but yeah, we didn't have
God.
the 40s
Dude,
over
this
here.
is
but
how bad I was. 15 years old, I had 4 of those things,
yeah.
and I
My
was
mom
still
used to go
standing.
buy us a case of
Explains
quarts
a
at the
lot.
corner
I have a
Yeah.
liver problem now.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did have a cool mom.
I had a
You
cool
still-
mom.
You still have a cool
I still have
mom.
a great
You still
mom.
have a
Maybe
cool
a cool
Brian,
mom. Yeah.
She is still alive. I just want to make
She's
that very
doing great.
clear.
She's
You gotta
great.
grow up fast when you live in Philly.
You just gained a lot of leeway with me.
Yeah.
You got a pass from me.
And we
now.
had a
That
deal at the
explains a
corner
lot.
store guy.
15
You
years
get a dollar
old,
a quart.
drinking 4 St.
For $12
Ides,
would get us
bro.
12. Yeah, whole case. of
You
them.
you
It was good.
basically
How you get that deal, Tony?
A lot of
you
corner
got
store time. Yeah.
brain damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably why I think I have to sit here and go, yeah. I'm a pretty smart cookie, but I have a lot of stuff that I have to really think and dig deep for.
Yeah.
I gotta know it's there.
Yeah.
I just gotta find it. Takes me a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Smoking cigarettes doesn't help either. Yep. By the way, Tony, I'm still eating those treats you gave me.
Good,
Yeah.
brother. Good.
I don't need any right now. We're good.
Treat. I didn't get no treats. What kind of fuck treats what are you talking about?
Wait, you're friends
Adult
with-
treats.
Are
friends with Tony?
would you like
know
Tony?
about- you don't know about Tony
They're
treats?
for
I
the,
didn't
they're
get
for
any
the big
treats.
kids.
That's for the big
Yeah.
kids.
Tony, are you
I
able
guess
to
I'm
talk
not
about
grown enough.
what you got going on in Florida with
Oh no, in Cali, yeah.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
No.
because it's just I'm over here.
that? In
so I
Florida,
can't-
the medical stuff.
Well, no. I understand that the CBD part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want some good CBD stuff, go down and you're in Florida. Check out
Yeah,
Tony's.
down in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. Endo
What's the
Quantum.
name of the
Yeah.
company?
Endo Quantum.
Endo Quantums.
Yeah.
Check
Or
that
really
out.
good boxes with no roundovers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And no 45. Yeah.
Some good
'cause it's
squares.
Too much. Yeah.
keeping it in the 80s with them squares. Boxes. I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Guys, go ahead and everybody look at that camera, say bye. Thank you very much. Everybody have a good night. Thank you for watching. Take care.
I don't know which camera we're looking at.
I don't know. Whichever.
You just have to look where Brian.